Hi students, we're back for the calculation question. I just want to bring this under your attention. This is already posted on Votella. This is called a cheat sheet, right? So there's actually 144 financial ratios in total. I just took out all the ratios that I will be asking you in this module. So these are the ratios. Take my advice, go and study them. This sheet you will not be given. You need to know the ratio. So I will give you the question. I will say, for example, what is gross profit margin? You must know the formula and you must know how your answer needs to be. So if you don't write your answer in percentage, you are going to lose half a mark, right? Or half of the marks, right? So let's just do the question. Now, how do we do the question? You don't even have to read all this information. You go straight to the required. It says required. Using the given information, calculate the following ratios for 2019. We want the gross profit margin. We want the quick asset or quick ratio or asset ratio, inventory turnover, debt ratio, and return on investment. So if you know your formulas, then what you're going to do on your question paper, you're going to write all your ratios and then you're just going to jot it on your answer sheet. So gross profit, let's go to our cheat sheet. Our cheat sheet says gross profit is gross profit divided by sales multiplied by 100. And the answer should be in percentage. If you notice, all the profitability ratios is multiplied by 100, meaning their answers are all in percentage. So then we're just going to write here gross profit is gross profit divided by sales multiplied by 100. And my answer must be in percentage. Okay, let's go to the next one. Quick ratio or asset ratio. Okay, can you see it's a liquidity ratio? What's the ratio? Current assets minus inventory divided by current liabilities. And my answer is 2:1. Now, what 2:1 means? It means that whatever the answer is, let's say it is 5:1. It means there's 5 more assets than there is liabilities, right? So our current assets, or quick ratio, is current assets minus inventory divided by current liabilities, and my asset is 2. My answer should be is 2:1. Inventory turnover ratio, okay, that's an activity ratio. It is cost of sales divided by inventory, and my answer must be in times. So I write here cost of sales divided by inventory, and my answer must be in times. Debt ratio is a debt to solvency ratio. Debt ratio wants to know how much debt do you actually have in the company. Our inventory turnover ratio basically asks you how many times must you buy inventory within a year. Right? So our debt ratio is total debt divided by total assets, and our answer is 2:1. So it is total debt divided by total asset, and my answer is 2:1. Then now last one is return. Now return is always profitability, return on investment, net profit after tax divided by total assets times 100. My answer must be in percentage. So it is net profit after tax divided by total assets multiplied by 100. So my answer must be in percentage. Right. Then I already know. Now I'm just going to jot my answers from my answer sheet. So I'm going to start with number 1. They're looking for the gross profit margin. Okay, let me write it like this. Gross profit margin, which is equal to my gross profit divided by sales times 100. What I would do, I would just write here percentage so that I know my answer must be in percentage. And then I say equal to, I go and I look for my gross profit. My gross profit is 175,950, 175,950. 950 divided by my sales, which is 504,390. 504,390 multiply by 100. I'm going to get my answer, and I need to know my answer must be in percentage. You take your calculator, then you say 175,950 divided by 504,390 is equal to, times 100 is equal to, now make sure what the question says. Most of the time, the question will say round off. If the question doesn't say round off, you will leave 2 decimals, right? But if it says round off, this answer would then not be 34, but 35, because you're going to round off your 8 to the nearest 10. So the answer will be 35%. So this would be your answer for gross profit. Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2, they want the quick ratio, current assets minus inventory divided by current liabilities. My answer is to 1. So it's the quick ratio is equal to my current assets minus my inventory divided by my current liabilities. And what I do, I just write this to 1 here so that I don't forget. My answer should be is to 1. I go to my question. What's my current assets? 234,600. 234,600. What's my inventory? Is 140,760 divided by my current liabilities, which is 104,749, and then my answer must be is to 1, right? So then let me just do my calculations. 234,600 minus 140,760 is equal to, divided by 104,749 is equal to, right? So this answer is actually round off 1 is to 1. If not rounding off, it will be 0.89 is to 1. Okay, let's go to number 3, which is our inventory turnover. Ratio, which is equal to my cost of sales. Guys, please don't write like me. Divided by inventory, and my answer will be in times. Is equal to, what's my cost of sales? 328,440 divided by my inventory, which is 140,760. And I need to know my answer should be in times. So I'm just going to say 328,440 divided by 140,760 is equal to 2.3, or just 2 times. Okay, then we're going to go to the next one, which is our debt ratio. So that's number 4 is our debt ratio. Now, you've already basically answered this question because your formulas is already on your answer sheet. Divided by total assets, and your answer needs to be is to 1, and then our total. Now remember, total debt is non-current liabilities plus current liabilities. So we're going to take our non-current liabilities, which is 117,300, plus our non-current liabilities, which is the 104. We're going to add that together. Because now, if they said, for example, short-term debt, then you would have only taken your current. If they said long-term debt, you would have only taken your non-current, but they said total debt. And your total assets is the 703,800. And then you just do the calculation. 117,300 plus 104,749 is equal to, divided by 703,800 is equal to 0.3 is to 1. Okay, then we have our return on investment, which is number 5. Which is equal to net profit after tax divided by total asset divided by my total assets, and my answer is percentage, and when it's percentage you always know it must be multiplied by 100. There's my total assets already because I used it with the previous ratio. And then net profit after tax, net profit for the period, 87,858. 87,858. And I know my answer must be in percentage. So it's 87,858 divided by total assets, 703,800 is equal to, multiply by 100 is equal to 12.48%. We're rounding off, so we're just going to say is equal to 12%. And there you've answered all the questions. Thank you so much. Bye.